the airport to show it to them and they'll allow me to go. I think they're also allowing some people to open some accounts to do that transfer. The benefits are just enough. But we are saying, look, you can also use it as a payment mechanism, as a payment system, by simply funding that card. If you fund that card, you can use it to make payment to the industry government. And funding process is very, very simple. All you need to do is instruct the bank to say, okay, transfer 50,000 naira from my account to this card. Don't want that is transferred, then you can. Instead of going to the bank to make payment again, you can stay in your house and pay. Is it what's the revenues you collect? Let us say it's direct assessment. I stay in my house and pay direct assessment without visiting the bank. It's water corporation bill. I pay water corporation bill without visiting the bank. It is land use charge. I pay land use charge without visiting the bank via my card. I am paying from my card. And when I have exhausted the credit level I have in the card, I go back to the bank, refund the card, and continue. Contingencies are made in this wise. If last month was here, I think on Friday, I told them that they don't like my face. I think they didn't like my face. They always arrested me. I said, instead of taking my vehicle and dumping it somewhere, I can simply give you my card. And then you don't get about from my card, and then it's okay, fine, go and claim LIRS. Because they want to know your tax status. The card is here. You should also be able to read whether I have paid or not. So that way, you save people's time. You save hassles and all of that. That technology is up and running. It's up and running. All the mechanisms are there. It's all a question of somebody picking it up and implementing it fully. So that is also a very important aspect of the operations that we're carrying out. I don't want to take so much of your time. Frank is here. Frank is going to be talking to us about the payments, which most of us are involved in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Frank. We are going to go through what we already know. It's just going to serve as a refresher and as a reminder of the things we've been doing. Some of the technical issues that you'll be having, I'll be touching on them briefly so that we won't spend the whole time here. This is actually the last section, so I'll try to make it as brief as possible. You are welcome, you are all welcome once again. Although I'm seeing a lot of new faces, if there's any station here that doesn't have the PPC unit, can we know? What's the name of the station? Okay, your own, I'm aware. It's on the pipeline. On Balende, every mini market is supposed to have the PPC units. So for Balende, and this is Madam Ekpe is on the pipeline, they're processing it. You are supposed to channel your request through the annex. It used to be his office. I don't know whether you see there. That is Elijah Hussaini's office. That's where you channel your request from. Please send the request to us and it will be vetted immediately. Yeah, Mr. Mudi, I talked about certificates of payment. I just wanted to make some clarification there. You know, I'm aware, some of you, what you do at the station is you process for informal sectors. And usually they pay through the association. Those individuals that have given their money collectively to the association and they pay in the association name, they can also request for their receipts. You usually come with the manifest for the processing of their TCC card. So they can make requests for their receipts. They should have their receipt. They have made their payment, but it's coming in the name of the association. So what that system is saying is those payers can request for their receipt. When they request for their receipt, we forward it to BDR with the manifest, the same manifest you used to process the MTCC for them. So they will have their individual receipt and the amount. Of course, that your manifest used to come with their name and the amount. Is that all right? So that's exactly what they're talking about. I hope that is clear. You can do that for your customer. I think they should be happy if they can get such certificate of payment. If I make a payment, I want to see evidence that there's this money I'm reported to the state government, not to an individual pocket. Is that okay? So the PPC model runs parallel with the EBS, with the ePay at the bank. It gives the payer option to pay at the bank or are the PPC units. The PPC unit runs as the market units, those remote areas where the banks cannot come. Of course, we're trying to address some of the challenges we've noticed, we've identified in the course of our doing business with this platform. Ideally, the banks should be at the stations. They should be at the mini stations as well, even in the market, collecting payment from the willing payers or unwilling payers. Usually, our payers are unwilling. We want to make it convenient for them. The banks are supposed to come around them, collect money from them, issue receipts, and all of that. Of course, because of the volume of amount involved, they are not usually interested. They are reluctant to deploy resources because this is not usually profitable for them. And we can't fold our hands and be looking at them, letting the money fly away. We now devise a means, a technology that allows you as an agent to operate more or less like the bank, with the exception of you not saving the money overnight. The system stipulates that you collect money from payers, you issue receipts. The moment you do that, you have reported that payment. After issuing the receipt, before the close of business, you take your total collection of the day to the bank for banking, for saving, for reporting. Of course, what you do initially when you issue receipt to the customer, you have reported on the system that somebody has made a payment and you have categorized that payment properly. The banks, usually they don't have the patience to do this. Imagine somebody paying the minimum levy of 100 naira, and we have hundreds of them in the bank. They will cause queue, and these are uneducated people, informal people. We want to be the one talking to them. We want to attend to them properly. We understand the language they speak, and you are there, you know them, most of them you know them by name, you know their addresses. Sometimes you go to their shop to collect the money. So why don't we give you a system that allows you to collect the money, post, we don't have to wait the next day, you get to the bank, that is exactly what the system helps us to achieve. Of course, we need some equipment to be able to do this. We usually have a set of equipment that we deploy at the stations. One of the equipment we do deploy, laptop or a desktop to allow you to capture payments, internet modem for people who do not have the ICSL network already configured. We usually deploy printer. If you don't have any of these I'm mentioning in your station, please, you need to let us know. We want to address any challenge you are having. You are usually given card readers, a pair of card readers, 2 card readers, and you have your agency card and temporary card. What I'm saying here has been documented is in the manual they've given to you, but I don't want to bore us with the theories there. I just want to talk about the reality of what we are doing. So, to explain the model, I will use the analogy of the phone recharge system that we operate on every day. For example, when you buy a 100 naira recharge card, say you are using MTN, you buy a 100 naira recharge card. That 100 naira you pay to MTN is gone, it's gone to them. Is that true? It's no longer your money. Once you buy that 100 naira recharge card, you load it. The money is to them. We tag it as the security deposit in this project. I'm going to get to the breakdown. I'm trying to summarize it so that I don't spend it. Now, with that 100 naira in your phone, you can make as many calls as possible until the 100 naira gets to 0. Is that not true? You can make a 10 naira call. The moment you make a 10 naira call, MTN knows that you have spent 10 naira out of your 100 naira. Is that not true? Your balance will come back to 90 naira. If you don't want your balance to go below 100 naira, what would you do? You now go and buy another 10 naira to replenish the 10 naira you have spent. The moment you know that additional 10 naira, your balance will go back to 100 naira. That's exactly what we are doing here. The agency card will give to you has initial deposit of usually 100,000 naira. Is that not the case? That 100,000 naira, the state government, the LRS agency, for example, in this case, has made the deposit ahead of time. So you have 100,000 naira with you. And they have said that at every point in time, they want to see this card remain 100. So if it's 50, that means you are holding 50. Is that not true? The beauty of it is that you can make deduction offline. The analogy I gave, you can't do it offline. When there's no network, you can't make call. They won't deduct your money. Is that not true? But with this, you can make offline deduction. That means you can issue receipt offline. When you have network back, you can synchronize and report such payment. So that is another advantage of it. So each time money goes out of the card, the state government will see it. The agency, your controller, your administrator will see it when they are monitoring the card every at interval. Now let's say you deducted 2.5. That means that 2.5 in 2005 is with you as physical cash. When you are done for the day, or immediately the bank is beside you, you can give the money to the bank. They will not do what we call top up. The money you have collected, you have issued receipt to customer. Now you expect the bank to remit that same money to the government account. So the moment they do that, your balance will come back to 100. Is that clear enough? So that's actually the model we are operating. You have cards that allow you to collect limited amount of money. You can't collect more than the 100,000 in your card. When you get to zero, that means the card is asking you to go and replenish it. Please, sir, I can't process any further transaction. You need to go to the bank and remit the total collection you have with you at the bank. When you do that, your balance comes back to the exact amount you are just giving to the bank. Although we have issues, we have challenges, just like every other system has its own challenges. The issue of usually you get to the bank, the top up is not reflecting on your card, or over crediting in your card. These are issues we do resolve with you. And because we've been doing this for some time now, we've been able to address most of the issues relationally. You talk to us, we talk to the bank. When the banks are not responding to you well, you report them to us, and immediately issues are resolved. We want to keep doing this, and we want to make it more efficient. This is why our support team is taken seriously. We don't joke with reports from you. We need those comments you are putting down. The challenges you are having, please, I need to have them at the end of the workshop. We need to address every issue you are having at the stations. I'm going to leave on the board the contact addresses that you can use to reach us. When you're having issues with your system, technical issues, like you can't connect, the network is not working for those of you who are using ICSL, your card reader is no longer working, your printer is not working, please, you can call me directly. Although you can call me, but when you call me directly, these teams are usually around, they move around every day. So most of the time, if you call him directly, they may be very close to you. You can just ask them to visit you. When you call me, I do call him. They will not tell me where they are. They will tell them. That's a bottleneck there. If you call him directly, I'm going to leave his address, his phone number, and his mail address. You can also do us email if phones are not going through.